My name is Robert. I'm 36, a general surgeon, the default emergency contact for the entire family, the one who picks up the phone even when I'm elbow deep in a case. I live 3 blocks from the hospital in a plain apartment because proximity beats sleep. My coffee is always cold by the time I drink it. At my sister Naomi's wedding, I handed her the one gift I thought would finally draw a line in the sand disguised as generosity. The paid-off deed to a $320,000 2-bedroom condo 10 minutes from the hospital. Safe building, good schools nearby, nothing flashy but solid. I'd closed on it quietly 2 weeks earlier and planned to add her name after the honeymoon. The reception had 180 guests, peonies everywhere, a donut wall, a string quartet playing covers of pop songs. I arrived late, still smelled faintly of betadine, because an emergency gallbladder turned into a 4-hour mess. My tie was crooked. There was a yellow stain on my sleeve, but I made it for photos. When the MC announced a special presentation from the bride's brother, I walked to the microphone with a black leather folder. Naomi opened it, scanned the address, and before the room could even quiet all the way, she laughed, bright, sharp, merciless, and spoke right into the mic. Not the neighborhood I had in mind. I'm not moving to that side of town. A nervous ripple of laughter followed because people thought she was joking. She wasn't. She tilted the deed toward the chandeliers like she was checking for a watermark and repeated, louder, seriously, Rob, wrong zip code. Our mother hid a smirk behind her champagne flute. Dad studied the tablecloth. The groom, Evan, stared at his shoes. I felt the heat crawl up my neck and settle behind my eyes like a migraine that hadn't decided to strike yet. Someone at table 6 whispered, "Ouch." I took the folder back, smiled the way you smile when anesthesia hasn't fully worn off, and said, "Congratulations anyway." Naomi rolled her eyes, handed the deed over like it might leave a grease mark on her fingers, and added, "Next time maybe ask what I actually want." The DJ cleared his throat, the MC stumbled into the next speech, and the moment was swallowed by clinking silverware and forced laughter. Here's what almost nobody in that ballroom knew. For the last 6 years, I had been Naomi's silent venture capital fund. Graduate tuition when she flunked out, paid. Flooded apartment deductible, paid. Rent on a place she couldn't afford. $2,150 auto transfer every first of the month for 2 straight years, labeled temporary. Audi Q8 because her 12-year-old Civic was apparently ruining her brand. $20,000 down, loan in my name, insurance in my name. New bumper after she met, a concrete pillar paid. Invisalign because her smile was her calling card. Dental crown after she bit into an olive pit at a tasting menu. Countless phone screens, flower wall deposits, last-minute venue fees. She called me my walking wallet like it was our little inside joke. My parents called it Big Brother love. Translation: the oldest child absorbs the cost so everyone else can stay comfortable. Whenever I tried to set a limit, Mom would sigh, "God gave you those hands for healing, Robert. Money grows back." When Naomi overspent, Mom's line was, "She's still discovering who she is." I have a photo I never sent anyone. My gloved hand under the scrub sink faucet at 4:47 a.m. with the caption, "Still discovering who I am." 3 months before the wedding, Naomi showed up at my apartment with a laptop full of mood boards. "We want to live somewhere with a view," she said. "But until then, can you just keep the rent going? And the Audi needs an upgrade before the honeymoon drive. The Q8 has heated and cooled seats." My pager went off twice while she talked. She rolled her eyes at the sound. I tried to say no. The word came out sounding like maybe. That's when I bought the condo. I told myself a house was different from cash. A house was permanence, gratitude, roots. I thought she would cry happy tears. I never imagined she'd laugh in my face. After her microphone performance, the night limped forward. During toasts, relatives praised me for always taking care of everyone. It landed like a life sentence. Near the donut wall, Naomi cornered me, frosting on her wrist. "Why would you embarrass me like that? That neighborhood is beneath us." Evan hovered mute. "We appreciate the gesture," he offered weakly, "but we pictured something else." Mom swooped in. "Sell it, darling. Put the money toward a down payment where they actually want to live. It's not about the dollars." "It's only ever about the dollars," I answered. I pulled out my phone, opened a folder labeled simply N, and handed it to her, page after page of Venmo records, Zelle logs, insurance statements, the car title with my name alone. Naomi glanced, shrugged, handed it back. "You keep score like a psycho," Evan read over her shoulder. His face went pale. "You've been paying our rent?" Naomi laughed. "Babe, relax. Robert gets off on playing savior." Something inside me that had been fraying for years finally snapped clean. I looked at her calm the way I look at a resident who's about to make the same mistake twice. Okay, I said. Then I'm done saving. I held out my hand. Keys to the Audi. Titles in my name, loans in my name, insurance is in my name. I'll have it picked up Monday. Mom gasped like I'd slapped her. Naomi's mouth opened and closed. You're not seriously doing this on my wedding day. I'm doing it because it's your wedding day and you still thought the mic was the place to humiliate me. The valet brought the Q8 around. Naomi dug the fob out of her sequined clutch and slapped it into my palm hard enough to sting. You're cruel, she hissed. No, I said. I'm just late for being fair to myself. I walked out with the car keys in one hand and the rejected deed in the other. The next morning there was a plain white envelope slid under my door. Block letters, Robert. Inside was a note in Evan's handwriting and a stack of printed screenshots. Robert, this is from me, not her. I didn't know the extent of any of it. The rent, the car, everything. Found these in her drafts folder. I'm not sure I'm getting on the plane for the honeymoon tomorrow. I'm sorry you were treated like this. The printouts were text messages from Naomi to vendors, to Mom, to bridesmaids. Just send the invoice to Rob, he'll pay. Tell him it's for my mental health, he caves every time. A running note titled Ask Rob list. Hair trial, makeup trial, DJ fog machines, confetti cannons, Audi spa day, maybe cry about a house later. My hands shook worse than they ever have holding a scalpel. By 7 a.m. I had canceled the $2150 recurring transfer, removed Naomi from my insurance, emailed my lawyer for a formal repayment schedule, scheduled the Audi for pickup, changed every password she ever had access to. By noon, the family group chat was apocalyptic. I posted Evan's printouts without comment. Mom got through to the OR front desk. You're destroying your sister's marriage. Doctors go bankrupt too, Mom. I decided not to be one of them. Click. A month later, the condo is rented to a pediatric ICU nurse and her wife. They text me photos of sunsets from the balcony and call it the best home we've ever had. The Audi sits in my garage. I start it every Sunday just to keep the battery happy. It still smells like coconut and entitlement. Some nights I sit in the driver's seat, engine running, and feel the strange, airy quiet of a debt finally called in. And for the first time in years, my coffee is hot when I drink it.